Welcome to Wild Sun Tarot. This is your monthly reading for the month of September. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome everyone. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can always take part of it, or you can check my other readings that I upload daily messages. You can also book a private reading with me, or you can check out your other placements, okay, for your moon or your Venus. Welcome every Libra here. Let's see what is happening for you in September. Hope it's gonna be the easy month, but we'll see. There's a lot of changes happening. We have some eclipses coming, so it may be a challenge for some of you. Okay, so we will check your energy for the upcoming month. We will start with the past energy to understand a little bit what's happening. Okay, the energy pop out pretty quickly. Okay, so Libra, your recent energy, the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and Nine of Cups. Okay, I feel like some of you Libras are really establishing yourself, okay? Emotionally, financially, it feels like there may be a little bit struggle to make like a proper plan, okay? Or like make a first step because it feels like you already want to step into the journey of like higher stability or some achievements with the Emperor of Nine of Cups. I feel like you're really feeling yourself, or you felt yourself in the recent past. You've came to this understanding of who you are and like how strong you are, how fulfilling your life can be, ruled by you, okay? But with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, it also gives me this idea that maybe you already have a plan, or maybe you're in the making of a plan, but it's hard to make those first steps, okay? Like maybe embrace on this journey. Maybe you've created a plan, but it turns out that it's not coming the way you intended, and you will need to, move around it a little bit, okay? But still, it feels like you are persevering, okay? And you have a lot of faith in yourself, okay? A lot of confidence that whatever it is that you want to achieve is possible, which I like it. I really like it. You basically want to step into the role of of a manager of your life, which is really nice, okay? So you really want to be in charge here. It may be for some of you that in the past there is a partnership in which that's a different version for some of you, in which you feel like um, one of the partners may have a bit more control or decision making than the other, okay? So you need to you need to be honest with yourself. Is this is something that you are okay with, or would you like to bring it up to your partner that you feel like there's some like instability within the power struggle, okay? Maybe both of you in a partnership are very independent and very much prioritize yourself, okay? Which there's nothing wrong with that, but in a partnership you need to some way come together, right? But it may be that both of the people are more focused on their own good and happiness than like the happiness of the couple, okay? And maybe you're not even conscious about it, but for some of you I see this may be a struggle to create like a plan for both of you. Let's say your partner is really wants to invest in his or her career, and the other person wants to focus on family at the moment, right? Well, it feels like there's a conflict, right? So you need to really establish, or maybe like you're struggling at the moment or recently to establish, recently because we're talking about the past, to establish some type of stability together, to make a plan together, okay? Because you may be wanting two different things. For some of you also, I feel like some of you may want to things to be less serious, like you're just having fun and it's good and you're focusing on pleasure, but maybe it's time to like bring this to another level of stability, and some of you may be conflicted if that's what you want, if you want this relationship to go a bit more serious, right? Maybe you don't need that structure, but it feels like it is coming up, so maybe some of you do, maybe someone is not being honest, many different areas, okay? um Finally, for some of you, I get that recently, maybe when it comes to like your job or finances, um it may be that you're stepping in into more responsibilities. You may be getting a promotion in your, you may have recently got a promotion or got more responsibilities. And it may be a bit confusing, like you feel like you're fresh in this position and you don't quite know what to do. You're happy, but it may be a bit challenging. We'll see what it is about. And for some of you, I feel like you want to pursue something else. It's not that you're unhappy at your workplace, but I think you want to be more independent. And in your current stage, in your current position, that's not possible. So I think for some of you, you may be wanting to change your job, or you start to think in the past if this is enough for me. Like, is this enough, or do I want more fulfillment out of this? Is this really making me happy, or am I just like, settling? Okay. So yeah, overall really nice energy from the past, but it feels like you want more. And you know what? I don't blame you. So let's see how it turns out in the current energy for you, Libra. Okay, we have Six of Cups. We have Knight of Wands. And Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So, general energy, current energy, it's a bit less stable than what we had in the recent past. And I was kind of expecting it, because this Page of Pentacles in the reverse, he, again, like, there's no plan, right? There's like good position, you're in a good position, you're happy, but there is no plan how to move forward, how to expand, and that usually leads to a little bit of inconsistent. So right now your energy may be a bit inconsistent, something in your life may be a bit inconsistent. It can be a person, it can be job. There's a bit of change. Someone may be changing their mind, or coming in, coming out of your life. Okay. um, or maybe this is your energy. Another person here, or you are presenting themselves as, very like guarding themselves with the Queen of Swords, very much not wanting to lose what they already have, protecting their happiness, protecting their thoughts, their stability, most likely from this Nine of Wands. So it feels like there is some changes coming in, okay, or there is an environment that is a bit chaotic, or a person that is a bit chaotic, and it feels like you're trying to protect what you already worked for. And what we can see in the past, this Emperor energy, this Nine of Cups, it's a satisfaction and fulfillment. And right now, um for some of you, there's someone coming from the past, and someone who you had a very good feelings towards, like very like familiar or even love feelings, and they're coming in, but they're very unstable. Like, they're you don't know why they come in, you don't know why they come back. They bring up a lot of emotions in you, and you know that. But in order to protect what you already have in your life, you're trying to, like, put the swords out. You're guarding yourself, right? Which is interesting. Okay, going back to the general story, it feels like, because in the recent past, it was like complicity to make a plan or understand what is this position you're in or coming up to. um, you may have um, closed yourself, gorge yourself a little bit with, let's say, new ideas, because you're trying to find yourself, find the stability in this new situation. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, you're trying to find a way to not lose anything once again, and to kind of like go on with the plan. Okay. um Yes. This Six of Cups. Um, it feels like there is like help that wants to come in for you. So if we're talking about like a workplace or study or somewhere you need to, like climb in, make some progress, it feels like there are some people or a person in your surrounding that wants to help you, want to, like um give you advice, but you need to be open to receive it, right? You need to be, uh, you know, able to also, like, kind of with the Queen of Swords, you need to be able to kind of understand that maybe you don't know anything yet, like, and not anything, but you don't know everything yet, and there needs to be some support given to you. Okay, that doesn't mean you're failing. Okay, for some of you, you may be a bit overwhelmed at work or in your life, so maybe you need to reach out to like old friend or someone you trust, someone who feels familiar, to really give you like a little wake up call of your current situation. Okay. um Another message that I'm getting for you is that you're trying to you set yourself on one direction and you're trying to get there very quickly. Maybe at your workplace or in your life in some sector, you're trying to really, be very fast into getting what you want, or maybe stepping on another level. But again, with this past energy, I don't feel like you planned this, and this feels very rushed and very irrational and very risky. Okay, so I don't know how this can play out if you don't slow down, or open yourself up a little bit more to different possibilities. Okay. um yeah, I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Maybe it will clarify itself as we pull more cards. But going back to that past energy, when we had, let's say, stable relationship with Emperor and the um, cups, um, because of lack of that plan or not knowing how to execute it, you're stepping into energy that it's very um, it's not confusing. It's just, sometimes we are a bit overwhelmed or we don't know what to do, so we decide to just close our eyes and just go and live our life, not caring or not being completely aware with what we're doing. And that's kind of how it feels like. You're trying to avoid making some serious steps, so you're just, living your life. You're like, whatever, let's jinx it. And it in this, like, inconsistent energies are showing up. There's some past energy, there's some inconsistent, and you're trying to just almost like pretend within yourself that everything is under control, or what you're actually doing, when in reality you're kind of slipping. Okay. mm, that's what I see for you for now, Libra. Let's see how it plays out in the next energy. Okay, going a bit more to the future, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay, I'll need to take it. Good, got it. The Hanged Man. Okay. Oops, that's not the cards we want to take. Okay, let's see. Okay, King of Cups and Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Hangman, yeah, it will force you to change the perspective. Okay, what you're doing currently. So um it may be that for some of you, you kind of established yourself a little bit, right? You have managed to know what you want, what you like, how you want your life to look like, and then suddenly there's this inconsistent energy that I told you coming back from the past. It can be like a love connection, but it doesn't have to be. Often people think about it as like literal, like past soulmate, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. It can be just something that was important for you in the past and it's coming back, but it's inconsistent. And maybe it's coming back because it wants you to see something from a different perspective. Okay, so very often when we settle for one way of life, but we're not yet in the finish line, let's say, this is Nine of Cups, this is not full fulfillment, right? The goal is to get to the 10th. So very often when we want to go further, we need to, or we are put into a situation when we need to change our perspective on maybe life or some aspects of it. Okay, in order to be more fulfilled. So maybe this is like saying maybe you do need more solid plan. Okay, maybe you do need to take some things more in a more consistent way, and you need to open yourself that maybe your thoughts or the ideas you had are no longer realigning with your life. So you need to, let's say, um, find a different way of, for example, doing something, right? Your routine, your work, maybe something is not working, maybe you need to end this and start in a different way. There is some ending with the Ten of Swords here. I don't feel like it's I feel like it's end of thoughts, like it's end of you being you and like developing developing into someone else. Like I don't feel like you're ending job or it's an end of connection. No, I feel like it's an end of um the way you think your life's supposed to look like. Okay. um and I think you want to expand. I think you want to grow. With the King of Cups, he's mostly connected to like our emotions, right? So emotional intelligence. But I think you want to just yeah, broaden your horizon. You want to be more experienced. At the current moment, I feel like someone from the past is coming back to you and showing you maybe like your younger self, or something you did inconsistently. And in the moment, this energy is like tempting, and it's fun, but it also gives you that perspective of like, wait, I've changed, this is no longer who I am. And that helps you like change the perspective, and you're stepping in, to like a newer version of yourself, smarter, more mature. And it's really nice to see with the beginning of the Emperor, because it feels like in the past, like I can see like you've established yourself on the point of where you like secured yourself, so you have the freedom and the space to really explore that new horizons, this growth, which is really beautiful. And when it comes to like connection, I also feel like you're um and I have few stories. Okay, so let's start with those of you who are in the relationship, and it felt like you're in a kind of different pages or don't know what to do. It feels like it's not being communicated at the moment, and you may be both in your own ways. Okay. For some of you, you're just trying to keep it as it was from the past, like you're trying to pretend that life is not changing and new responsibilities are not coming in, and that kind of may backfire in the future. Um so there's need to be like the end of the change of perspective. Okay. Of what your relationship is today. Okay. It started one way, but you both grow, so you need to change the perspective and see where you are at the moment. Also, maybe focus on how much you love the other person, and the change of perspective may refer to like, okay, this is not only about me anymore, this is about the other person as well, so how can we figure it out, right? That's the perspective. Like you're not thinking of you, but you're thinking of you, guys, us together. That English, you think about us. Okay, you don't think about you or me, you think about us. And that also goes to the other person. Like if you're only doing that job, then won't change much. The other person also has to get on board. Okay. And maybe the way you live your life till now, or some stage of your relationship, will have to end, and you will need to reinvent. Okay. That's just the natural part of life, the change within the relationship as well. But I'm rushing because we need to fill out the cards for love. But yeah, let's do that, and then I will clarify a bit more. So give me three cards to see this more brightly: the love, money, and self. Okay. But one last thing, take on the future. Yeah, I think like something is being reinvented in a good way. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of positive feelings. There's a lot of growth. I really feel growth with the Hangman and the Ten of Swords. Something is ending. The new perspective is coming in, and with King of Cups, I feel like you're maturing. You know. Ooh, the Sun. Very nice. I like this. Very happy. Okay. There may be like a almost like a new attraction you may find with your partner. You may just see them as more attractive by the way you can grow together, right? That can be like a new sort of way of finding attraction. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh my god, Libra, you won this month, the month of September. Okay, so yeah, going back to the Sun card. For those of you who are in a like a stable partnership, or in any type of partnership, there is like a happy time coming. Okay. Even if this is not a love connection for you, this feels like you both are very happy to be in each other's life, and you appreciate what is beautiful or worth in what is worth in the other person. Okay, and I feel like it is coming up through the growth aspect. Um so yeah, for the partnership, there is a change of perspective. You guys are both growing and stepping up to another level. Okay, to another level of like, it's like deepening of the connection, but not only of like, oh, we love each other even more. No, you're making a real progress into understanding each other's differences and the things you need in life in order to grow together. Okay, some things are ending, some things will need to reinvent, but with the sun card, I'm very positive that you're coming out of it in a very like victory way. Okay, like it really is. With this like eco representation, it almost feels like maybe you've burned for a moment. Okay, it was heated. It may felt like, there's like a, disagreement, like where are we going with this, but if it feels like you're reinventing, but you both need to see each other perspective. Okay. mm, yeah, for those of you who this is like this is maybe not like a serious partnership yet, if you're just like meeting someone, it feels like you're in a good position to do so because you are stable. Like I see it in the past. It may be that this is an energy that is coming back from the past. If that's the case, it feels like they're not really consistent and you don't really trust them. So I would wait, because it feels like in the future there's someone more serious with the King of Cups, someone who um is, it feels like a new beginning, like someone different from your usual type, someone very attractive. If you're looking for love, yeah, I see someone coming in who may be also someone who you can grow a lot with, like someone who can teach you stuff with the Hangman in the reverse. Someone who may be outside of your usual circle, and they're very attractive. They feel very powerful. Okay, they feel like they're on your level, because currently I don't feel like there's someone like that in your energy. For those who are seeking of love, of course, it feels like there's some players, some inconsistency, people who are very charming, but they are not really mature enough. Okay, at least in your current situation, I would wait a little bit. Okay, for sure I would not give to that inconsistent energy, unless you just want to fun. If you just want to have fun, there is options to have fun with, but with the Queen of Swords, I don't feel like that's your goal. Okay, so yeah, there's more mature, let's say, pairs coming in the future. Okay, that's it about love. Overall, very positive. Okay, just for the moment a bit tricky. When it comes to your financials and stability, your money, with the Four of Wands, I feel like soon you will be celebrating something. For a little part of you, you may be marrying soon, okay, and that will embrace more stability in your life. Okay, for some of you, it feels like it could be a marriage. For others, it feels like, in order to, expand your financials, or maybe, get more stable, you need to go out. Okay, meet new people, network. That's the energy. Watch out for any like inconsistent behavior, like people who want to, um help you make money quick. Okay, because the Knight of Wands, it can be like a person like that. If someone, it can be even like someone who you know from the past, but they're trying to trick you. So I wouldn't, if there's like a relative from the past that you don't have a really contact with, but they're suddenly coming in and ask you for money, and you know that they're not people to, that have a good reputation with money, I would protect yourself from that. Okay, it may happen like in a family event, like a party or something like that. I would be very careful. But if like, even if like, they want you to like invest in something, it doesn't look good here. Okay, so I would be very careful. I'm not saying don't give it, but I'm saying be careful. Okay, and check what this person is really looking for. Okay, for those of you who feel like your stable, because I feel like majority of you are, but you're in a new position, right? It may feel like it's crazy at the moment. Okay, it may feel like you don't have enough qualities. Like experience, okay? But then again, like I feel you can find it within like networking or going for some different events, okay? um so it can get better. This, like, the messages here are not really about that much about your finances, okay? um yeah, I feel like for the moment of being, it's pretty stable. Only if you want to like expand in some way, it's good to just like socialize. That's basically it with the Four of Wands. Just socialize, you know. um don't make hasty decision at the moment with the Knight of Wands here. I would just focus on personal growth and maybe, you know, expanding with the Hangman. Maybe soon in the future you will hear like from different people on different different perspective that worked for others, okay? Doesn't mean you necessarily need to do the same, but um it may change your way you come about your work, you know, or help you step into that new area. I'm thinking about this 10 of Words, but again, I feel like it's just like you will end some type of like idea on how you need to work or make your money. Someone might give you like new opportunities, maybe like you know, encourage a different idea of work that will suit you, that will put you on a new path. Yeah. I feel like this is just like a small amount. Like this reading is, your September is not really that much about money or job. And now when it comes to like yourself with Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this is the area where you're growing the most this month, okay? I feel like in the recent past you've really established yourself, you secure yourself, and you give yourself a space to growth, okay? And currently, what is happening is that you really are exploring, okay, and you're really rushing to do different, to do something different. So it's kind of like this clash of new and old. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you may be really trying to, you know, be active. You may trying to, you know, get like give yourself a lot of care. You may be saving, you know, for something, but I feel like you're grounding yourself a lot, you know. And soon in the future this will birth this um again like a more intelligence in terms of your emotions, like understanding better your emotions, okay? um for some of you, you may be healing past traumas. You may be opening up like the blockages, and it may feel like a lot of rush. You know, if you're in therapy, it may feel like it's chaotic at the moment, but it soon will give you like a better understanding of yourself, and you're creating a new version, okay? Because currently with the Queen of Swords, it feels like, you know, you're trying to protect yourself maybe from like intrusive thoughts or like um, new things that are coming up from the past that are not the most pleasant. But I think soon this will give you like again this new perspective and growth. You're emotionally expanding with Queen of Pentacles. This is really a lot of self-care. It may feel like what are you talking about, you know, because it's harsh and it's challenging, but that's how really like real self-care works, right? When you're facing these realities about yourself and exploring that ideas that may seem hard in the past, right? And you're stepping in. So I really like this energy. I feel like you're expanding, you're growing up, you're growing up, whether within a connection with someone or even on your own, you know, in life. Beautiful. Let's have some last advice. Okay, we have the Hierophant and the Justice. Wow, that looks so nice. They almost look like a really high-end couple. Wow, it feels like you're discovering truth about yourself, you know, truth connecting to like you're creating your new stability, like you're growing within your values, you're reconnecting with your truth. With the Hierophant and Justice, it feels like you're understanding what is truth for you, you know, what is important, which priorities are there, right? um so yeah, I would truly focus on what my truth is, not what other people want me to do, not what my family ask me for ask me to do. And it slowly goes back also to this connection, because for some of you, I feel like either you or your partner has a different idea of like higher commitment than you do. Okay, that's why maybe it's clashing, or you just guys have to agree on, are you doing it or not, are you stepping into that higher level of commitment or not, because you need to figure out yourself individually. Okay, so that decision will be made here. And for some of you, it feels like someone is getting married, honestly, Libra, because all of these three cards talk about marriage, higher commitment, legal issues. So someone is getting married. Okay, and you may have some cold feet at the moment with the Knight of Wands. Okay, but overall, I feel like there's love here. There's love here. So yeah, it feels like a good connection. It feels like you guys are really good for each other. So congratulations for those of you who this is happening. Okay, it may feel just challenging, at the moment, but and there may be some people coming back from the past interrupting, but you unbothered with the Queen of Swords. You're like, no, thank you. I know what I want, and there's a lot of love coming in the future. So yeah. Um, in general, I feel like you're growing. I feel like you, with the Justice and the Hierophant, you're becoming your true self. You're not relying on others. You are creating your reality. Okay. um yeah, so like it's kind of like the end of listening to you know all of the other advices. This is just you and in your life. Yeah, some legal matters. Maybe you're um, establishing your growth and your stability by buying something, right? Maybe you're buying a new property. Maybe you're like um, you know um, reinventing yourself in a new place, like traveling. I don't see traveling, but I see like a different um, like something due to justice system. I feel like you need to put in some papers in order to like establish yourself. So if this is not about marriage, it can be like you move to another country and you need to apply for all the cards and the resident, put your document in place. For some of you, it may be that this is a new job and that's why you're doing it, right? Like here, new position, so maybe there's some new documents that you need to take care of. If there's any legal cases you need to take care of, I feel like you are doing it. And if you need a guidance, you do have a guidance on. Yeah, so advice here would be to continue on your path uh, by being true to yourself. Okay, not listening to others that much, but listening to how you feel and what are your values that you've already establishing. um, this is really like committing to yourself on what your life will be soon. Okay, so reinventing yourself with the proper values that you will keep for some years. So really nice, Libra, really nice. This is all about self-care, honestly, at the end of the day. And this is a very happy energy. There's a lot of happiness coming into you and understanding and fulfillment. Like you're stepping into your truth path. Really nice. Let's see what other messages we have here. You and your loved ones are safe. Oh, it's really full, gives this marriage vibes. Yeah, basically, you do have a lot of security. I see it in the past, and whatever is happening at the moment, you're not in for it. So this instability will soon go away, and your loved ones are safe, and you're safe. Because you worked for it. It's not like a surprise. It is the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. This is something you've established. So uh, you know you're just making the last steps right now, maybe legal cases, right? um, to really secure your place, and it feels like it works in your favor. Okay, the card fell out. You got the love. Hadrian energy, codependency, boundaries. Wow, guys, congratulations about this love that you have. 'Cause it's really, I don't put the readings only on one way, but it really strongly gives the partnership here. If not with the other, then with yourself, really. With the Queen of Pentacles, it really looks like you're loving and taking care of yourself this month. And there's just needs to be a few more changes that you're making, like opening up for that higher intelligence, like emotional intelligence, and changing some last patterns, some last bad, maybe past habits, and you're really stepping in and reinventing yourself. Okay, maybe some of you are learning boundaries with this energy that is coming in currently from the past. It it helps you to create better boundaries, and like it's like a quick reminder, like, oh, this is what it was in the past, this is what I was doing. Okay, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to step in, right, to this higher commitment. I want to take care of myself. So I said before, I also feel like it's coming in, and you're like, no, this is not my truth. I grow up, I changed, and I want to follow a different path, okay, than what it was in the past. Awesome. I love this for you, Libra. I love that I see a lot of decision, because Libra, you sometimes have, problems with really sticking into one thing, but I feel like here you're being more decisive and you have more boundaries. So beautiful. And justice is actually your card, so it's justice for you, from you. So beautiful energy for September, actually, and you're very powerful in it. So I can't wait to see what comes out for the next month. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. If you want to check out my other readings, please do. You can give a like, you can give a comment if this reading resonated with you. You can also email me for a private reading if you want a more personal touch or more guidance on this journey. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.